Jason? Who invited a Jason? Just kidding. Jason, I'm glad you're here, but it's
Yeah, it's green. It's festive, right?
yeah, that's funny.
That's perfect, man. It's so festive for the drink.
I was like, who's Jason? Oh, that's good.
You have to drink through the mask, though.
Guys,
If you take it off at any time, then you have to quit.
yes, of course. He can't even hear us. That's
Oh,
funny.
God.
No, I can hear you. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, the headphone wasn't working right.
Oh, okay. Well, we can hear you, but not really with the mask on. All right, well, everyone's here, and you can at least hear me, so that's cool. Thank you guys so much for joining. I'm Nick. I don't know how, I always point, but I think the grids are all different for everybody. But Colin, raise your hand. No, raise your hand, not point. We're involved with Cellarmen's Folly, a new distillery in Auburn, New York. Thank you guys for joining us. We have a Patreon because due to COVID, we haven't been able to get our last permit to sell our liquor anywhere. So we kind of came up with the idea to do a Patreon. And with certain tiers, you get a cocktail making class. And with it being not only Pi Day, but it's St. Patrick's Day, we thought we'd open it up to the public, get some more views in here, and say hi to people. And the people that did join are kind of in the Auburn community. I know Robert owns Twisted Vegan, a new vegan shop here in Auburn. I've tried it a couple times. Great. We had lunch the other day. It was so good, man. Awesome, awesome food over there.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
We get it. You're vegan.
I also know Zachary works in Auburn, and he works at the Seward House, which we went there not too long, December, I think it was.
Yeah, were you our tour guide?
Yeah. Zach, what do you do? I don't know if you can speak.
So I am the education outreach coordinator there, and I've been referred to as the little blonde boy who works at the Seward House Museum. So if you had a young blonde tour guide, it most likely was me.
It was he was kind of young, probably our age. We're in our 30s, but I feel like he was taller with glasses.
Okay, I'm shorter with glasses. So you most likely had Jeff, the director of education, but for anyone here looking for programming in the future, I would definitely be interested in it. So nice to meet everyone.
Nice.
Young is subjective after 30.
He's also definitely not blonde, so I don't know who said that.
Yeah, it was. When you said you worked in the Seward House, I was like, oh, that's awesome. My girlfriend Molly, she lives in Arizona. Last time she was in town was in December, and we took her there and her daughter there, and we had a great time. We love that place.
I want to do the candlelight tour.
Yeah, the candlelight tour. I heard is really cool. I haven't been on it myself.
Where was that?
It was at the Seward House in Auburn.
Oh man, because you said candlelight tour. I was thinking of Howe Caverns. Like the candlelight tour there is cool, but the naked tour of Howe Caverns, man, that's like
Is Steve invisible?
that's something.
Is there actually a naked tour?
Oh yeah. It's the last tour of the night, and you just walk around naked with candles.
Oh, that sounds fun. How Caverns is a good time.
It's cold as
Anyway.
fuck.
And the other person joining us that's not part of the Patreon is Steve Peterson. Hello, Steve. What a great introduction. Steve is kind of...
And here I am.
There he is. Steve's our sponsor for the day. He owns Golden Age Printing. He does all of our merchandise. He made
my shirt.
Yeah, the shirts that he makes, he does there. I know Jake's in a band, and Robert owns a business. I always suggest going to Steve. He does great work. For merchandise, he could do literally anything, right, Steve?
Yeah, if you need it, I can make it. Graphic design, t-shirts, mugs, pints, thongs, whatever you want.
Yeah, pretty much whatever you want.
Can you
But,
make starter jackets? Can we get like a
They're
Cellarmen Folly,
expensive.
like 90s edition starter jacket?
Probably, yeah.
Okay,
Well, if you
alright.
can get the jacket, I can get it embroidered.
Okay, all right, deal.
Awesome. All right, so without further ado, let's get started with the cocktail because we have a lot of stuff to go over tonight. We're going to teach you how to make this. We're going to also teach you how to make it virgin in case you have kids or if you don't drink alcohol. It's more fun with alcohol. That's what I always say. Right? Yeah,
He always says that.
I always say that.
We run a distillery. It's in our business.
It's in our business for sure. And then we're going to talk a little bit about everyone in the chat. And if we want to have a discussion, we can. We're going to do something fun with it. We are going to, and I know Sarah loved this last time. And
Nice
I
rim
know,
job.
yeah. And I know Steve has a lot of jokes about it. We're going to be rimming the glass today with some sugar. Yes, of course. And we're going to
I'm still hungry.
fun, fruity, festive green St. Patrick's Day drink. It's supposed to be spring. Earlier it was warm in the week. It's a little cold now, but we thought this would be good. We're using melon liqueur with our signature Auburn blend whiskey.
I just assumed it was acid and you were trying to poison me.
That's
Yours is.
So everyone in their boxes, they should have a little tiny thing of our Auburn blend whiskey. That is the brown one. And then you also have the same size of the melon liqueur. You should also have a bag of green sugar sprinkles, and you should have a lime. We also gave you guys some stickers and shot glasses, and a can of sparkling water as well.
Fun fact: this isn't sprinkles. They dyed cocaine green.
Okay. So yeah,
Yours is sprinkles.
yeah, yours
We
is
all have cocaine.
Oh yeah,
We're having a good time.
It's no sprinkles.
all right. So let's start. We're going to start by rimming the glass here. So what you need to do is you got to take your 2 plates. I don't know if you've heard me before, but you will need some supplies, easy everyday things that you guys should have. 2 plates, a knife to cut the lime, your glass of choice. I always use a rocks glass. You can pour your everything you have, all of the liquor, in and make a double if you want, but I know there's some bourbon drinkers. I was talking to Zach a little bit on Instagram. I'm talking to Robert a little bit. And I know Steve, you guys love whiskey drinks. So I made it so you guys had enough in there to make the drink and also have a little bit for yourself to taste it. This is our bourbon style whiskey. Just a little bit of info on that. There's a lot of rules and regulations with the TTB, the federal branch of the government that we have to go through to get permits and stuff, that makes it so you can call things a certain type of whiskey, whether it's a corn whiskey or a rye whiskey or a bourbon or a scotch or anything kind of like that. We wanted to do a bourbon, but there's so many rules and regulations to go by that. It has to be aged for at least 3 months in a brand new American white oak barrel. It has to have at least 51% corn in it. It has to have at least 3 ingredients. There's so many rules and regulations, and we follow all of them except for we don't use a brand new barrel. We use a used barrel for it. So
Not every time.
So because of that one rule that we don't follow, we can't call it bourbon. So this is our Auburn style, bourbon style. So it's I think it's 53% corn, 5% barley, and the rest is rye. So it's a high rye bourbon if you like rye whiskey. So there's that. There's a little thing about our bourbon. This is the first cocktail class that we've used this one. We usually do our chai. We also have a chai whiskey and a Java rye, which is a rye whiskey with a little bit of coffee aftertaste to it as well. This is the first one with our bourbon style. So I'm excited for this. And we gave you guys more than enough, hopefully, to make the cocktail and then sip on it later if you want to try just the whiskey. So yeah, let's get started with The cocktail. So at first, you're going to take your glass, or I'm sorry, you're going to take your 2 plates. I'm not, what's that?
You need water in them?
Yeah. You're going to take your sprinkles, I'm sorry, your sugar, the green sugar. Your guys are in a plastic bag. You're going to pour one out onto the first plate.
For your homies.
For your horror.
Pour one out for your homies.
Yeah. Just kind of get it to where it looks like around the same of that, the glass there. You kind of see mine here. This is real fun. And then the second one, you're going to pour a little bit of water in it.
Oh, God damn it. I'm not prepared for this.
Yeah, Nick, you didn't say we need running water.
Jesus, man.
I don't have water.
What's the water for?
We'll see.
Maybe you can squeeze out extra lime juice.
You can probably do that.
Rub your lime. Yeah, cut your lime and rub it across the glass. That's it.
So what we
And then across any open wounds. Just
All right.
The ones in your soul.
I got some fucking water. Why are you drinking beer? It's a goddamn whiskey podcast for your own business.
I want a little luxury.
All right, a little bit of water, right? Okay.
So at first, what you do is you dip it into the water. Kind of rub it in there.
Yeah, baby.
You kind of shake it out a little bit. You don't want it to water. Shake it out just a little bit. And your second plate with the sugar on it, you kind of just rub it around. This might be part of the cocktail class because you can use everyone rubbing their glasses against the plates.
Just pull out your best rimming skills and just rim the shit out of it. I mean, use your tongue if you have to.
You didn't even need the water. Yeah. All tongue.
It's just, I got a lot of practice. This is this is like picture perfect right here. Look, it does not get any
Yeah.
prettier than that.
Exactly.
Nice crystal glass.
Perfectly ready.
Is that Steve there?
Steve? Steve is there, yes.
Well,
What's up, Mr. Streeter?
Yeah. We go 3.
Oh, right.
One for just kind of get it real nice and good. You can kind of see mine there.
A good rim job.
Yeah, great.
A plus.
Yes.
I can feel it from here.
Extra rimmy. Do I get to use this shaker at all? I bought this whole fancy liquor kit at this at the regional market, the flea market.
You bought a used?
No, dude, it's amazing. It has a stir, it has all of the tools, the mixer, it has an ice tray, all bound in leather. You know, it's probably the shittiest leather, but you know, it was great. Then Emily turned me into an alcoholic, and now we use it all the time.
It might not be. Okay, and then once you have your rim, you just kind of let it sit just for a second, and it kind of hardens to the glass there. And then if you prefer ice, now's the time to drop your ice into the glass. Just be careful; you don't want to
I will.
Margaritas. Salt on the rim, no salt, or sugar.
It depends on the margarita. If you're going classic margarita, you'll salt. But if you do
always salt. Always
Always
salt.
salt. It's
I
always
look
salt.
down, yeah,
Always
if you
salt.
order sugar on your margarita, I'm not getting drinks with you again.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I'm
Yeah, you're-
educated here.
Well, I mean, I've had like a strawberry margarita, and like the sugar on the rim tastes pretty good. I don't know.
No, the salt is what complements it.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, all right. So now that you have your ice in or not ice in, depends on what you like. You then take your bourbon, give it a sniff, see if you like it, give it a little taste, see if you like it. And then you pour that into however much you want to put in. I gave you guys 2 ounces, a little bit more than 2 ounces. Those are 2-ounce containers, but it's like a lot, 2 ounces. So try to fill up a little more for you guys. And we're gonna go.
Also, FYI, most distilleries giving samples, not 2 ounces.
Yes, that is true. So there's that. Then the next thing you do is that you take your melon liqueur that I gave you, and this is kind of to taste because this is a liqueur. It's very sugary. It's very sweet. If you don't like that, pour less in. If you do like it, pour more in. I gave you guys 2 ounces of that. I don't think you'll need all 2 ounces. But if you prefer it, go for it. The more you use, the greener it is. So you can see this turning pretty green here.
Did you? This is a stupid question. Did you make this or no?
No.
Okay, it smells super good.
He made it with his wallet at the nearest liquor store.
Okay.
We just use to Clever.
Is it bad that like I go to the closest liquor store to me and they don't? I go to pull out my ID and the guy's like, "No, you're here enough. I know you." Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, kind of.
All right, so what do you think? Like, this is pretty sweet. You know, I like whiskey.
Yeah.
Like half of this, a quarter of this. I don't know. This is.
I would go a quarter of it. That's my personal taste. If you like something sweeter, you could pour a little bit more in. But what I also did was that you would probably put in an ounce and a half in a normal. If you're at a bar, you get a shot of whiskey in there, and then like a half a shot of liqueur. So you could do that if that's the way you want to do it. You could do it that way. I give you guys more than enough. But what I'm saying is like you can make it how I'm making it, and then save a little bit of the whiskey unless you poured it.
Oh no, that's all in there. That's all in there.
To sip on later. Okay, so Steve, if you pour all that whiskey in, then what you can do is probably pour the good thing about this is that you could pour in maybe a quarter of it, pour that in, get a good color to it, and then once we're done with the drink, take a sip, and if it's not to your liking, then you can just add a little bit more in. I don't think that's a bad thing.
So the idea is it's supposed to be like you're supposed to taste the sweetness. The point of the melon liqueur is it's supposed to even out the whiskey. So while I generally just drink whiskey straight, I feel like you're going for more of the sweetness, especially with the sugar on the rim.
Yeah.
I look forward to the lime though.
Yeah.
I feel like the lime will add a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
So then you take your sparkling water and lime flavored, and you pour that to the top if you want. And we're not done yet. Then you take. This is going to be. I'll do rubies in a minute. I'll do that in a second. You take your. This is how I prefer to cut them up. So if you cut them up a different way, go for it. I think this looks the best. It's going to look like the way the flyer to this event looked. I cut my lime right in half.
Like hot dog or hamburger? Like which way?
It's hot dog.
Hit the wrong way. I did. Okay.
Like that. And then I cut 2 full slices.
Hot dog again.
Hot dog.
Okay.
I'm gonna next level this.
I don't know what that means, but I'm excited to do.
Using a mandolin.
So you have
I should use my mandolin for this.
circles like this.
I only have a box cutter, so. It
Are you
works
actually
really
using
well.
a box cutter for this?
Yeah, well, because it was just sitting here. I didn't want to go back in the kitchen.
Okay,
But
no,
it
it's
works
all
really
because
good.
Nick didn't provide a knife.
I wasn't gonna say anything. I was not gonna say anything, but if it would have been nice, like it would have been nice. to
Yeah,
know,
oh man,
you know?
I got this knife. I can't even cut the fucking lime. Seriously.
Oh,
What
I
use
did
is
mine
this
wrong.
goddamn shit?
I'm an idiot.
All right, fine. Next cocktail class, we will provide box cutters and weapons and all sorts of shit.
Don't forget the ice cream spoon because I don't want to wash a spoon. So
Well, we know how you do your rim job, so
it's perfect.
yeah.
Ready?
All that matters.
Oh, it caught out. I was going upstairs. It cut out right as I see how you do your rim jobs, and I was so
Yeah.
happy.
All right. So,
There's a link in the chat. Don't worry.
all right, guys. Let's finish this cocktail. Then we can talk.
All right.
You have your 2 limes. You're going to take one of them and just squeeze it into your drink. Kind of top it off with a little bit of lime. Squeeze it in there. Squeeze this one in here. Then the other one, what you're going to do is you're going to cut from the middle of the lime. You can kind of see how it, all the way to the end. Just one little thing. So you kind of give it legs, right? And then you're just going to top it just like that.
Ready?
So let me, I'll get a little close up on it.
Okay.
So this is what my cocktail looks like. The salted rim, or I'm sorry, flavored rim, a little bit of green and lime right on there. Now to make it virgin, all I do for this is I take the rest of the sparkling water. Throw a lime in there, just kind of twist the lime right in there, even though it's a lime flavor. You're not gonna get the melon because melon core also has alcohol in it, so we're not gonna do that. Cut a little. Do the same thing with the lime. I also take the sprinkles. I can't open it. Pour that in there. Just let it soak up. The fizziness will dissolve the sugar.
Have you ever given a little kid a lime or a lemon? It's the best. Like a little baby. They're just like, this is great, and then they get it and like, blah.
Is
that what you do with your own child?
No, all she does is cry. So let this go down in history. Friday night, I went to bed early. I thought it was going to be great. 2 a.m, she wakes up screaming, I pooped my pants! I pooped my pants! Yo, sure as shit she did. That's dad, hashtag dad life.
We now know why you are so excited to join us tonight.
Are you kidding me? Any excuse to talk to people that are outside of my house. It doesn't matter. Like Dungeons and Dragons, I started playing D&D with some of my friends. That's happiness because I'm not playing with my band right now. You know, that's all I've got.
All right, so guys, that is the that's the cocktail. We're gonna cheers. I don't know if you guys can hold yours up. Cheers. Make sure it looks all right.
Cheers.
Yeah.
We're cheersing.
We're cheers. Okay, good.
I overdid the lemon. For a little
That's
core.
real good.
Aw.
Mine needs more melon.
Yeah.
Good, very good.
A little crunchy with the sugar.
Be good in the summertime.
Yeah.
Oh, be good in the summer.
Be good in the summertime too.
This is what I want when I'm outside. Like, I imagine myself, you know, the dog's on the runner and the kids are beating the shit out of each other in the yard, and I'm just back on the porch.
Well, you know, Steve, we do this
Bisecting.
pretty regularly.
For St. Patty's, I guess.
No, I'm joining. This is amazing. I'm glad you guys let me in on this. But holy shit, with more melon in this is really good. Like super good.
We love it. Thank you.
The bourbon, I don't know. I feel like the melon really takes the bourbon back a lot. You still have it, but you don't get that kick. This is just really smooth. The sugar, I even like the sugar. Normally, I shy away from that, but it definitely adds to it. So
It harmonizes. Doesn't
yeah.
it?
Hey, Tom, can we go back to our gallon?
Yes.
But fresh lime, man, fresh lime in anything just adds a lot to it.
Yeah, so that's the cocktail. I'm trying to think of something great. We did so for those of you that aren't part of the Patreon, the $20 that you paid or more for delivery stuff, we do in that tier for Patreon. We have $20 and more gets you the cocktail class. So you get more. You get the you get our newsletter. We do a whiskey podcast every month, which is awesome. Lately, we've been talking to. What's so funny? I missed something.
The chat. Colin just typed, "My dog is literally shitting next to me." Anyway, back to business. So at what Patreon rate can I buy shares? Equity. I want equity.
Yeah. I mean, we'll talk on the side. But for the $20,
I made a lot of money off Dogecoin.
I like it. Yeah, me too.
$20 or more a month, you get this cocktail class plus our podcast, discounted merchandise. Our podcast does audio and video. We interview people who own distilleries across the country and otherwise. This month that's coming out this week is we interview a guy who owns a distillery, Mark Townsend, from Silver Fox Distillery in Canada. So we talked to him about like the regulations, like Canada versus US, and how he dealt with COVID and stuff like that. Also, if you're a Doctor Who fan, him and Colin go off about Doctor Who for a while, and I just kind of sat there and was like, but that was kind of cool. We talked to Elias Mastrianos from Brandy Distillery out in Washington State, who owns Distillery Nation podcast as well. It's a really fun thing. Plus, it gets you this cocktail class, which is we do it once a month. And the selling point is that we always up the ante every month. First time we did like it was like Christmas time. We did like a festive like it was like a rum chata, but we did it with our chai whiskey, so we call it a chai chata.
Oh man, I love that chai whiskey.
Yeah. Next month we're doing the chai again. We haven't figured out the cocktail yet, but if you've been part of the podcast or part of the Patreon for a while, I know my parents have, Steve and Lynn. I know Jake has, and Sarah, you're new to the Patreon as well. We've been doing this every month, but also the last couple months, you guys voted on what flavor we should do next, and we're doing a lemon ginger, and that'll be ready next month. So if you join the Patreon before the next class, you're getting not only a sample to do a cocktail with, but you're getting to try a new flavor that no one's ever tried before. You get to try a lemon ginger whiskey. It's a corn-based whiskey, and we haven't even tried it yet. So, like, we've tasted it.
So what if it sucks?
What if it sucks? You still got some free whiskey.
No, honestly, all right. So I get one kit. If you subscribe, lemon ginger. I'm pretty sure Emily's going to be into that. What is it for? If I want a second one too.
So the next class is not open to the public. So, hey, Colin, how'd that go?
Yeah, I'm back. I could hear everything. Sorry about that. Yeah, there was like a literal I have a Yorkie. She's this big, and I could actually see her squatting next to me. So yeah, that happened. Carry on.
That's just kind of my spiel. Colin, do you want to add anything to what I was saying, or were you too busy with stuff in your hand? Literally.
I did actually literally have shit in my hands. Half of it was inside on my rug. Half of it did make its way outside. But I did not mean to interrupt your thought. Please continue.
No, I was just saying. So, Steve, to answer your question, you can split it if you want to, but the next class is not open to the public. So we're not doing the $20 thing for next month. It's just for Patreon people. but we give you 2 ounces, so that's 2 shots. So if you guys wanted to try it.
Okay, so I'm gonna subscribe to the Patreon because this is a ton of fun and I love it. But if I wanted an extra kit on top of that, what is that?
I don't know.
I will pay you double the Patreon for a second kit if Emily is interested in it. How about that?
All right, maybe we'll talk.
Sold.
That's sold right there. Wheeling and dealing, buddy. Come on.
All right, well, Colin's the numbers guy. We'll let Colin figure it out.
Yeah, Steve, I'll text you later.
Nick, you told me you wanted to be ridiculous, so I'm just trying to stick to it.
Yeah. So yeah, that you get a lot of stuff with our Patreon. Also, if there's the $20 tier, that gets you the cocktail class. There is a $35 tier, which I know Stephen, Lynn, and Jake, they all just subscribe for. You can see you get merchandise on top of that for no added cost. We got hoodies last month. We're doing, I think, coffee mugs next, and then we got T-shirts, tote bags. We have a whole bunch of stuff coming in the next couple months. You all got shot glasses for this one. So
you didn't need to give me a shot glass.
That's right, Steve did.
Also, Jake Blake looks like PewDiePie.
He is a cutie.
No, PewDiePie. PewDiePie, the
He
YouTuber.
did just buy
He
that
looks.
equipment for gaming, so
Yeah,
now we know
yeah.
why, yeah.
I see him there. He looks just like PewDiePie.
I hate to disappoint, but the accent's not there.
He's cute. He's cutie pie.
Oh, shucks.
And I agreed with you. I was like, Jake is a cutie pie. Dude, I mean, last time I saw Jake, you got a new hairdo, and I gotta say, man, I'm loving it.
Thank you. It's a last-minute decision that my parents were like, "Really? You want to do that? You sure?"
YOLO, baby. YOLO.
YOLO for sure.
Love it.
Yeah, it's a very nice shade.
Yeah, that's awesome. I will say, it's like with that, I would say you and Sarah look like you guys could be related. I think.
Maybe we are.
I don't know. I can see roots on both of you.
Oh no.
Ooh.
I can see.
Man.
I can see a little bit of roots on Robert as well.
Oh yeah. Yep. I have to dye it to go gray. What can I say?
Yeah. I can see some roots on Natalie as well. No, I'm just kidding. I can't see my.
My gray hair has been embarrassing. So when I like, not that I could grow, like I grow the shittiest beard ever. Like literally, it's patchy and I look homeless. But there was some red in it, and that's what surprised me because my hair is pretty dark. But now that red is fucking gray. Now I just I just feel old now. There's nothing left, man. People are like, hey.
Red? Did you?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I
like it. Yeah, because my hair is my grandma used to accuse me of dyeing my hair black. But she also called me fat when I was a kid. So yeah, thanks, Grandma.
I'm sure you had a healthy relationship.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, when I tried to grow a beard out after my divorce, and I was like, this is my divorce beard. I'm gonna look tough. It looked awful. I looked like a 15-year, let's say 15-year-old that couldn't quite grow it out yet. So I changed it, but there was some red in it. But now it's just gray. Now I just I go to work and I just every morning I wake up, I'm disappointed that I woke up.
Oh my God. Shit. Okay.
Every day.
Even today, knowing what you were doing tonight.
Yeah, I know because so Friday night she woke up pooping her pants, and then last night, this morning I woke up at 5 in the morning. I thought that was okay. I go downstairs, it's fucking 4 in the morning. Fuck you, daylight saving time. So I ate my breakfast burrito, and I fell asleep on the couch for a little while, and I felt better. But you know what? Ultimately, daylight saving time, that's the controversy here. It's useless. Fuck Cuomo. Fuck Cuomo. Fuck Cuomo and his daylight saving time,
He did this.
Emperor Andy did this.
How dare he?
Anyway. So what else was there? Oh, so we're gonna give away a bottle tonight too, guys. We're giving away this bottle. We haven't labeled it yet, but it's this one of the bourbon that you guys were drinking today. So one of you will win the bottle of it. We're gonna put everyone's name in a hat. We're gonna let Ruby pick it so that if you hate it, then you have to hate an 8-year-old. And
Yeah, you have to tell an 8-year-old that.
I'm not.
Dude, I have an 8-year-old. I know how to hate on an 8-year-old pretty good. So.
I want
Hit on
to.
another
I'm ready.
person's 8-year-old?
I
wanna-
want to a hat and have her pick it out.
I want to show.
I don't
off
even like
here.
my own 8-year-old.
Okay, so that's something I want to mention. So Steve Peterson has been doing our merchandise ever since before we even got our LLC, before we got anything. This wasn't even an idea really, and Steve has been doing merchandise for a while.
I don't want to anymore.
You don't want to.
But I hook up my bros.
Yes, sure. So before we even came up with an idea, we knew we wanted to make whiskey for at least our friends and family and stuff. So we had an offer to do some events, like we went to some like festivals and like shows and that sort of thing. And we had a little booth and we set up whiskey. We're like, we should get a banner. I'm like, Steve, can you make a banner for us? And he goes, yeah, no problem. And then the cost was roughly around what we wanted to charge for a bottle. So Steve has the very first bottle we ever made back in probably 2018. But we put batch 1, bottle 2 so that no one can have bottle 1. But Steve actually...
Technically, that's bottle 1.
And this is sitting in my curio cabinet with all the other weird shit that I have, including surgical tools and a jar of human teeth.
I remember.
I will never open this. Once Cellarmen's Folly is a nationwide brand, I will eBay this for $8 million.
Okay. If you get 20,
They'll make more money off of us than we do.
That's true.
I'm not lying. Here's my jar of human teeth.
Wow. So that's one little thing that Steve does. I'm surprised he hasn't drank it yet. I want to know what it tastes like. I don't remember what our first batch even tasted like.
Yeah, it's probably different than it is.
Oh God, yeah. Your coffee whiskey from the beginning. Yeah, it's got to be different.
Yeah. The thing is, because we're not on the shelves yet in liquor stores and in bars and have a tasting room or any of that stuff, we can still work on our stuff and make it better. I mean, you could probably do that anyway, but like,
we experiment with it.
Yeah, we can experiment with it a lot more often because no one can really get it yet, except for you guys. You're part of our Patreon and cocktail classes.
I want to know how do you spell curio cabinet? I've always wondered, how do you spell curio? Like, what is it, curio?
Curio?
Like curious.
Yeah, I think it's
Curio.
Yeah, I think it's
Curio. Yeah.
Curio.
Yeah, no.
Molly,
It was
I have a
strange.
curio in the living room. It's cute.
I have stuff that can't even fit in my curio cabinet.
I've never heard of a
just
curio
weird.
cabinet.
Oh,
Is this
man.
a thing? This
Yeah,
is like your
yeah.
cabinet of like obscure shit. Is that what it is?
Yeah. No, I.
He joined the
Okay.
Zoom as Jason with a mask on. Like that should have set the tone for the rest of the evening.
I've collected some weird shit in my years. I stopped a flood in an abandoned needle factory, and I found a set of surgical tools.
How'd you stop the flood?
I was just wondering, curio cabinet was a known thing that people have. or
Yeah,
did
can you
Yeah,
buy this on
yes.
Etsy?
Okay.
Can you search curio cabinet on Etsy
Yeah.
and find handcrafted cabinets?
Yes,
Okay.
that's a real thing. It's where people
Alright.
put
Gotcha. Never heard that before. That's
not
fun.
necessarily weird shit, but generally weird shit. Let me see if I can find my dancing shoes.
Okay. Okay.
Why is he not wearing them? And why is he not dancing?
Oh man.
Oh, come on.
So
Sorry, what were you saying, Nick?
All right, while Steve's finding his dancing
Hey,
shoes,
I got
Nick-
one of them. I got one pair. These are my dancing shoes.
Oh my.
These are my 1920s polio braces. I call them my
Oh.
dancing shoes.
My
Put them
God.
on. Da, da, da.
I remember the one time I saw those in person. You're like, yeah, I like to terrorize my kids with it.
I do.
You're such a role model.
I haven't done it in a while, but I'm like, I got my dancing shoes, kiddies, and they'd run away screaming.
You're
They
a role
deserve it,
model for
though.
all fathers.
They're jerks. Kids are jerks, man.
Chase them around with your polio legs.
So I have to say, my parents, Steve and Lynn Streeter, hi guys. We those are my parents over there. They're part of the Patreon, and I gotta say, we went to their house this morning for brunch, so we've been drinking all day.
Mimosas, Bloody Marys.
Oh my God! Look at this picture.
True story.
This picture of Mark's parents looking at a dog is the funniest thing ever. It's like they've never seen an animal.
How are you guys holding up after our brunch today?
Good. We're still kicking it. We're still drinking.
Nice.
I fell asleep in the car right now.
Yeah.
It's a far drive.
Yeah, it's a long drive.
Nick was like throwing like something in my mouth while I was sleeping in the car.
Yeah, it was
Xanax.
Xanax. But yeah, that's cool. I'm gonna start. So Steve,
Start the raffle.
Yeah, we're gonna do the raffle in just a minute here.
You need scissors?
I can rip it up.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna rip it up.
He's
So-
gonna use his teeth.
I want to make
Yeah,
it,
use Steve's teeth.
use
He's got
Steve's
plenty.
Steve is our sponsor today because he makes great merchandise. Our shirts, if you guys are interested, they're $20. They're very soft. They're great. If you're part of our Patreon, you get a discount on them. I think instead of $20, you get them for 12 or something like that. I think I'm not really sure. I have to look it up and let you know.
If you come right to me, I'll just sell them to you way cheaper.
Yeah, when he puts stuff, he keeps a bunch.
If you want, yeah. If you want cheap Cellarmen's Folly merchandise, just give me a buzz.
It's bootleg.
Hey, Nick.
He's got Fellerman Solly shirt.
Seckerman's
Hey, Nick.
Tolly.
So
Steve, do you have a jingle?
Jingle. Cellarmen's
Nick.
Folly.
yeah.
We're gonna get you drunk
What color
tonight.
t-shirts are they?
What color?
What color t-shirts are they?
So we
Black.
have
There's also
the very first T-shirt is almost sold out. And Steve messed up big time.
I did, yeah. I screwed up, yeah.
But it actually makes it kind of cool because we have these old, the kind of like dark gray ones that you.
Yeah, I got one right here.
All right here.
It's
They're
the
all gray
charcoal gray. These are the original ones.
These are the original ones. And we
Yeah.
tried to reprint those, but Steve made them pure black. But it's okay. It's okay. Now it's pure
They
black.
look dope.
Just like it.
Yeah, because I mean, I can't feel that bad because technically I tried to close the business and then Mark and Nick gave me orders anyway, so I was stuck. I'm still printing shirts.
Hey, Nick, for Mother's Day, I'll take a black one
Yeah.
for Mother's Day.
They're nice,
Yeah.
and no, and shirts.
It's a
One-
really nice shirt, actually. It's very soft.
The black.
Teltex.
Colin's wearing. Colin's wearing the black one, and also I have one right here. We also have like a lighter blue, and then we have like a heathered maroon as well.
So and they are
Nice.
tapered. They are fitted shirts.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
now I've been
Very
I've been going to the gym, bros. I've been like lifting a bunch of. I pick things up, I put them down. I'm hulking out of my small shirts. So you might want a medium.
They run
If you're
small.
medium-
So what?
Yes, yeah. They do run
A little small. So if you're like me, who is diminutive and like 115 pounds, it fits perfectly. But if you're not, then yeah.
I was
You gotta size up.
Yeah, I was 130 pounds and it fit great. I'm 160 pounds. Doesn't fit so great anymore as a small. So go up to a medium.
But also, if you want a hoodie, which I know my dad's wearing, I know Jake has.
You're wearing a hoodie.
Patreon only. Steve does not print them. Patreon does everything. Patreon only.
I want a hoodie.
And their new logo, the CF circle or not.
Oh, wait a minute. Get that kid out of here.
I know. Get out. Shut the door. Just her face.
Anyway,
Don't let her go watch Frozen.
we're gonna do the drawing in just a second, but I want to say, Kelly, you look familiar. I want to say I've seen you at Steve and I play in a 90s band called My So-Called Band. Have I seen you at our shows?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, okay.
Oh yeah. A few
All right.
times.
Nice. I think we used to play.
The first conversation we ever actually had was on top of the parking garage at your show.
Wow.
Wait a minute. We brought you
Oh
guys
my
together.
God. That's so cool.
That was like the first real conversation we ever had.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm not going to lie.
I just want to say, first off, I apologize for our performance. I'm assuming it was terrible. I remember there was a Next Chapter Brewery was there, and then Steve and I just kept drinking. So.
And the first time I actually heard you guys was at, I think it was at Simple Roast, and you played Waterfall for us.
Oh my God.
That was you and Caleb. That'd be you and Caleb.
No, it was you weren't there. It was because Steve just had a baby then, and we did 90 shows in 90.
Okay, that was that. Okay.
We played right in front of Simple Roast, the coffee shop. Yeah, that's so funny that you were there for that. That's awesome.
Boy, people really think that's a magical experience, but dear God, that was the worst week of my life. Emily almost died. My work tried to fire me. There's a screaming baby. Oh man, you know what?
Steve, it can't be that bad. I played 90 shows in 90 hours.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you drank and walked around Auburn and Syracuse for 4 days.
But that's awesome. You guys meet there, or did you?
It was fun.
No, we kind of knew each other prior to that. We were at all the same music events, had a lot of the same friends. But the first like real conversation we had was on top of that parking garage.
That was a great show. Seriously, that was so cool.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the sunset coming down while you guys were playing was pretty
Oh,
awesome.
yeah.
And that was it, man. You know, that was one of our last ones, I think.
No, that was I feel like that was that was 2019, I think.
Was it? That long?
Yeah.
Summer.
Yeah.
2019.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I don't know if I remember seeing you there, Kelly, but I think I remember seeing you at a couple of AT Wally shows. We always play AT Wally.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I wonder, my big question is, and I've been thinking about this for years, is how many babies have we created? How many people were like, we played at Coleman's and then they just went home and made babies,
It's because we played All Star by Smash Mouth.
Yeah, so many places. Like, how many children have we created in 6 years?
At least 10. I'm gonna say at least 10.
I would say 10. And then they have to look back and like, well, one time I was at this towny bar with your mom and there was this 90s band playing and man, you know what? Zombie hit us just right that night.
Right, yeah, the nostalgia swept in, they hit your childhood feels, and, we came together.
They closed with Green Day, Time of Your Life, and we just fucking made out hardcore. That was it, bro.
Oh man,
we conceived in a Volkswagen of the Coleman's parking lot.
All right, so I'm gonna start doing this. I also
on that note,
I know we talked to Zach for a little bit, but I want to talk to Natalie for a second. What's up with you? I've never met you or Zach before. I just want to. What brought you to us at Cellarmen's Folly? Do you guys? I know I talked to Zach a little bit on Instagram. I don't know where you guys started following us. What do you do for a living? If you don't want to disclose any information, I totally understand.
What's your home address?
What's your home address?
Yeah, social security number.
So I mean, sorry, I just know you guys through Zach. He sent me the information about this event, and I mean, like, we live together, so he handed me his phone. I'm a school counselor in Endicott, New York.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Mhm.
Where Endicott? Where is that? Is that
Binghamton?
That's south, yeah. That's
Oh wow, okay. That's awesome. Zach, did you just like find us on Instagram, or like how did you hear about us?
I think it was the post on The Citizen. They did an interview with you guys, I think like a year or two ago.
Yeah.
And it came
Oh,
on
yes.
social media. And of course, you've got the Cellarmen's Folly with the Folly. So I had to follow you guys.
Oh, nice. That's true. You work at the Seward House, and we kind of did get this Folly from Seward's Folly. Yeah, that's right.
And
we had to do a little bit of Auburn in the name, right? So
and Auburn needs a distillery too. Like the brewery scene right now is really solid. They've got, I think you mentioned Next Chapter is really good. It's not a brewery, but I am a sucker for Swabbies. That is probably one of my favorite bars in the world. But I'm glad that Auburn's got a distillery now. That's pretty exciting.
yeah, you know what's funny is the last time they were in town, they her and her daughter Ruby, we went there just a little bit. COVID's going on, so we're trying to be as safe as possible. So we just kind of walked through real quick.
What's COVID?
What's COVID?
What's COVID?
Walk through real quick, but that place is just like full of history, man. Like everything on the walls and all that folk art everywhere, man. I love Swampy. Swampy's cool. Hopefully soon we can have some Folly in Swampy's, right? That'd be cool.
You could just walk in and put a sticker on the wall, you know.
Yeah,
No one will know.
yeah. Swampy, yeah, at Prison City, we got Next Chapter. We have what's the other one I'm forgetting? What's the other one?
Thirsty Pug.
Thirsty Pug. There's one across the street. Good Shepherds.
Yeah.
Yeah, she got it. I'm proud. Paddy.
Plus,
Yeah.
that's a big area down there. That's a new market. That's like, you know, there's a lot of investment down there.
Yeah, it's awesome. And Twisted Vegan just opened up in the old Moondogs Lounge. It's not old. It's called Moondogs, right?
Moondogs, yeah, they're actually opening next month.
Oh, awesome.
So yeah, there'll be live music on Saturdays starting next month.
Get us down there. Come on. I miss playing shows so much. Call in a
Hey,
favor.
get a hold of Lynn, man.
So you're just going to continue to do the kitchen out there then, huh?
Yeah. For right now, the plan is I'll just keep doing my thing for the lunchtime, and then she'll do her thing Saturday nights.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome. I thought that was the best of both worlds. When I first saw that you were opening, I thought it was the best of both worlds because not only is I'm vegetarian as much as I can be. I'm vegetarian, and I like to eat vegan as much as possible. And Caleb, one of the other owners that's not available to do the call, he's vegan too. And I thought not only having a vegan restaurant in Auburn being awesome, but like you renting out that space to keep Moondogs alive is just amazing. Because like you're helping out not only a music scene, but like you're bringing different food to Auburn too. And I just think that's really cool.
And there is a fundraiser going on right now for Moondogs through GoFundMe.
Oh wow!
So yeah, for like a $10 donation, you get your name in a drawing for a TV or something like that. I'm not quite sure, but yeah. So if you want to support it, definitely.
Yeah, let us give us the link.
Awesome, so
yeah, we'll be happy to plug it.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. I can definitely pull that up and send it over to you guys.
Cool, awesome. Yeah. So I'm going to.
And Nick, I was thinking earlier today when I was ready to go, when we were talking about that this was coming up, was hoping that maybe we could sit down and talk about a collaboration, and I could use your bourbon and make a glaze or something like that for one of my dishes.
Oh man!
Hell yeah!
Yes.
Do you have PMA?
Positive mental attitude. Yes.
I make a lot of my own cheeses when I have cheeses, but I'm hoping to get out to PMA Monday or Tuesday this week. I want to talk to them about Swiss cheese for the Reuben I'll be doing for Wednesday.
Sweet. Nice. Yeah, he was with us last cocktail class.
Nice.
I'm sorry guys, I'm making the names now for the drawing. I know I'm just kind of all over the place. But yeah, we'd love to. And I know, so I just know Jared. I work as a bartender at Funkin' Waffles in Syracuse, and Jared has been working at Funkin' Waffles to like help fund PMA. So I know him just because I'm good friends with him. So we did a collaboration with him a couple months ago. We do a vegan smoky whiskey cheddar, and
Nice.
it's really great. We put it on everything.
Right.
And
It's in the stuffed peppers.
yeah, it was in the stuffed peppers today, Dad. Yeah, nice. She made stuffed peppers for our brunch today. And anyways, so I always like bring up, I'll say, oh yeah, I think I messaged you, Robert, at one point. I was like, you should get in touch with PMA. And I don't think anything I got the first time I went to Twisted Vegan had it really any cheese in it. I think I just had like a chicken sandwich with the pickles and stuff like that. And this time I got your mac and cheese, and I was like, you don't need PMA. You got it covered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like, as much as I want to help out you and Jared, like, I'm like, you're doing your own thing.
Yeah, that's definitely been the big seller. That's it's amazing. Well, you tasted it, and at first I made a nacho cheese and was going to use a similar cheese sauce as that, but I figured out how to make it, give it a little bit more of a cheddary flavor with a couple added ingredients, and yeah, I'm holding that one close to me. I've had a couple people ask me for the recipe, and I'm like, yeah, I'll give you recipes for almost anything else, but nah.
Right, yeah.
That's business.
Yeah, that's just business.
Yeah, that's business.
Yeah.
People ask us all the time. We do a chai whiskey, and we have our own recipe for the chai, like the chai spice that we put in. And people are like, always ask us, like, what is that? I'm like, yeah, well, I'm not gonna tell you. I'm not telling you.
Yeah. People ask me about the cheese sauce. I said it's a potato and carrot cheese sauce.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I can tell you that there's cinnamon and cardamom in the chai, but that's it. There's 5 spices. I'll give you 2. That's about it. But yeah, I get that for sure. All right, so let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4.
If I don't win,
6, 7.
Those teeth are gonna go everywhere.
you better call this right.
What is that?
It's a
Oh
grenade.
no, he'll be gone.
Ruby, please remove Steve's name from the hat.
I'm Jason. No, this is one of the cool things I have. This is like a Desert Storm deactivated grenade. My uncle.
That's
gave it to
awesome.
me.
Yeah, really fun.
Yeah,
Is it also in your curio cabinet?
It is, along with the human teeth, the petrified wood. This is my favorite. Hang on. This is my favorite. Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, that's cool. How old is that?
It's a flask.
Oh, the flask is
funny.
empty though. That's really disappointing.
I know. I haven't.
Oh yeah.
I haven't had anything good enough to put in it yet. There's nothing
I'm
worth
thinking,
hiding.
where would you go with that? Like walking around with the Sherlock Holmes book?
A
Like the grocery-
library?
like
No,
Yeah,
no.
yeah. where would that help you disguise that?
That's your significant other just yelled at you about something stupid, and you're like,
Yeah.
I
Fuck you,
gotta
I'm
go.
gonna read
Yeah, I gotta go
And
read
it's
a
like,
book.
I gotta go read a book.
Yeah, I gotta blow off steam with this book.
Sarah, is your husband back yet?
Huh, what? No.
When's he coming back?
He'll get back next month. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was March.
What's the
I know, I said that originally, but
Her husband's in the military.
What's the context?
No,
Okay,
I
I was hoping that's
sent
what the
him
context
Yeah.
was.
Yeah, it's either military or prison. So
it's prison. It's prison. No, I
Yeah.
love that. Nick,
Yeah.
shut up. It's prison. Tell everybody he's in prison.
all right, it's okay. When we publish this to Patreon, we will edit
Yeah.
that part out.
No, I want to
No,
be like on
no,
a
we
prison
won't,
wives
yeah.
show or something. Come
Yes.
on, that would be fucking fun.
All right, just so you guys know, there's nothing in the bag. Okay. Now I'm gonna put everyone's name in there. So the first one we got Kelly. We're gonna put you in the bag. And that's it. So Kelly wins. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, you said it. I don't know.
We got Jake. I didn't spell his name right. So
You didn't spell Jake
Spell it.
right? How many ways are there to spell Jake?
spells his name Jayck, and then J at the end. It's silent. But
There might be a silent H too.
yeah, there might be a silent.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Got it. Yep.
We got Robert.
I just call him Jakers.
Yeah.
Hey, Jakers.
We got Steve. That is Steve Peterson, not my dad, Steve. We got Zach. Going into the bag. I should probably show you guys. Put him in the bag so you guys know.
You haven't let that kid go yet?
We got Natalie. Natalie. We're going in the bag. We got Sarah. I'll just throw this away.
Mhm.
And we have, I put mom and dad because they're my mom and dad.
They don't get 2 entries?
Members and peppers.
They
No,
only
Oh,
pay
they
for the
won't.
Patreon with
Yeah,
one
we have one.
subscription.
Oh,
Yeah.
never mind.
Yeah, mom and dad
No.
are a singular entity.
Yes.
Yeah. So-
Sorry, Colin. Colin, you don't get it. So I'm
It's
mixing
okay.
it up. Mixing it up. Mixing it up.
Is that a takeout bag? What's that a takeout bag for?
So we went to the library today and they were doing
Okay.
fantastic.
Aw.
That's the most boring takeout bag.
Would you like to pick the winner?
Not as boring as your
Did you
effing class.
you gave her one of the cocktails?
Yeah.
It helps her sleep at night, okay?
Yeah. It's
It
better
will
than
also-
Benadryl, okay?
It will also help her pick a good name.
All right,
of the
ready?
bag.
I just usually give her Benadryl.
Whiskey. Sarah.
Really? Did I really win? Oh my god.
Congratulations!
You're my favorite 8-year-old.
There was a bunch of booze in there. Booze, get it? Booze. Sorry.
Oh. Thank you. That's so
Job
sweet.
well done.
Yay.
Yeah, you owe Ruby big time.
I know. I just told her she's
Yeah,
she's
and you
my
were
favorite.
talking so much shit about kids and
No,
I
shit,
know.
you know
8-year-olds.
that,
Never
Ruby, I
mind,
wouldn't
the
do that.
worst.
You're my favorite.
But yeah, guys, I mean, we could keep talking if we want. I have nothing else to do tonight except for drink. Yeah. But I mean, this is what we do once a month. We just get together, we just kind of shoot the shit, we have a good time, and we make a cocktail. I just want to, Colin and I both, we just kind of want to mix in with the community and hang out with people and get to know everybody. It's the least we can do right now because we can't sell anything. So we found a loophole to get you guys our whiskey, and that is to have these cocktail classes. So if this interests you at all, check out our Patreon. There's tiers from $3 all the way up to $35. Compared to other Patreons things, I mean, $35.
They don't do this.
They don't do this. They do this for a lot more money, I feel like.
Finish it, Nick.
What's that?
I finished it.
Oh, nice.
No, I killed it a long time ago. That was a really good drink. Not gonna lie.
And we I mean, you guys, for the ones that aren't part of the Patreon, you paid $20. And for $20 a month, you get this cocktail class plus our podcast, plus our newsletter. You get discounted merch. You get a lot of things. So if you're in that $35 tier, which I know some of you are, you get free merchandise every couple of months, like hoodies, t-shirts, coffee mugs. Next month should be the selling point. Like, not only are you getting a sample of our whiskey to do the cocktail, but you get to try something we haven't even tried yet. Like,
Nick, did you
try,
mention?
and then you guys can tell us what you like about it, what you don't like about it. Should it be aged longer? Should we put more lemon in it? Should we put more ginger in it? You know what I mean? Like, you guys are the ones that are really kind of.
You should put more goat's blood in it.
You guys are the ones making it more. You guys are the ones that want to drink some booze. So like, I want to hear from you guys on everything. So if that interests you at all, check out our Patreon. It's patreon.com/Cellarmen's Folly whiskey. And yeah, that's my spiel. I don't know, Colin, if you want to add anything to it.
I can't remember because my dog was shitting as you were talking about this, so my attention was a little all over the place. Did you mention how we got to the point of making the lemon ginger as well?
Yeah, it was part of the Patreon. We let
Okay.
if you guys missed it, maybe I didn't do it. I don't remember. We had a podcast episode where we thought. I'm sorry. We had a thought of like, oh, maybe we could do a new flavor, and we put a poll in our Patreon.
Nick's back to assaulting kids.
We put a poll, and you guys voted on lemon ginger. So that's what it is. And if this goes well, then we'll do another poll at some point. We can make a new flavor. If you like it enough, then we'll make it. And there were some weird flavors on that poll.
We had some weird ass flavor ideas.
There was like a
what?
There's like a
S'mores.
bourbon. There was like a pickle flavor. There was
no.
There
Absolutely not.
Oh yeah.
Can you make
it? We used like rose petal in it, and yeah, we thought of like a bunch of weird things.
Can you make a s'more whiskey?
We probably can.
Ooh, that'd be yummy.
But that's the idea. So after next month, obviously, we'll do our tasting with the lemon ginger whiskey. We'll let you know how it goes. You'll obviously let us know how it goes because we haven't had it yet. But after that, presumably, we will do another one. And, we'll come up with a bunch of ideas. We'll obviously solicit all of your ideas as well. And then we'll let you guys decide what we do. Yeah. And then whatever vote comes out on top, we'll make it.
Yeah.
So it takes a while. I mean, the lemon ginger, we voted on that in what? November or December?
Yeah, something like that.
It was December, and we started aging it at the very end of December.
Yeah. So, and I know, like, for most whiskey drinkers, you think, oh, a couple months isn't that long to age anything? But we age it in like 3-liter barrels.
Yeah, it's a very small amount.
The smaller the barrel, the less time it takes to age. So we taste test these things in like really small things. So we're only getting like 3 bottles of it to give to our Patreon people. So that's another thing for you. And if more people join, then we'll make more. And it may take longer to age, but like that's the whole point of this whole thing. We want to do stuff that you guys will enjoy. And if you are, like, I know I talked to Robert, and I think I know I mentioned it to Zach a little bit too. And I know Steve's a big bourbon guy as well. Like, you guys were like, oh, I just love bourbon. I love just a nice bourbon on the rocks. I love sipping it neat, whatever. Like, I just love sipping it. Like, it's not just flavored whiskey. Like, that is kind of our shtick because the way we age things. But also, like, those flavors aren't all flavors. Like, they're all, like, one other thing was like a peated corn, like Scotch style whiskey, or like a straight rye. Like, straight rye. So,
I bounce back and forth. I always like the Bullet. I always like Bullet rye and Bullet bourbon, but sometimes I get the bourbon and it's like, oh, this is too sweet. Sometimes you just want that rye bite. And
it's like bourbons can be sweet. We do a high rye bourbon. I don't know if if you tasted it before you put it in your cocktail.
Yeah.
It's a high rye bourbon, and I like that a lot. But like, I like all whiskey. So if you don't like it, like, we can do other things. Like, the thing is with the distillery is like, we can make whatever you guys like, whatever everyone likes. So we can do a straight bourbon where it's more corn than rye, and we can be, more sweets and corn-like. But we also want to make it rye too. Like, our rye coffee is unlike anything I've ever tried before. Like, it's a rye whiskey with an aftertaste of coffee to it.
Creamsicle whiskey.
Okay, that one I'm actually just gonna veto. We're not doing.
No, you just mix a little bit of milk in it, and orange. It's great.
Yeah.
We could do orange.
Nick.
No, it has to have the milk. It has to have the milk in it.
Nick, I still want you to try the watermelon juice with your chai. I did that in the
this
summer.
is something that my dad has been talking about since the summertime, I want to say.
Okay. last summer I found a recipe online for some watermelon juice. It's just a cold juice that when you're done mowing the lawn, you want to sit down. It's just a cool drink. While I added some of your chai whiskey to it, it blew my mind.
Wow.
I gotta have you try it.
Okay.
So,
my dad has been talking like when I hear when I hear chai, like I think chai tea or something like that, and I never associate watermelon with it. But I will say I've tried things like that before that have blown my mind. So I can't wait to try it. And we can definitely do that for a cocktail for sure.
well, see if you like it. See what we can do to perfect it. I mean, just because I like it doesn't mean everybody will. I mean, but I do want you to try it and see what we can do with it.
I'm willing to try this.
Yeah, we're gonna try it later.
Yeah, try it.
Apparently, their chai whiskey would.
No, I definitely want to. We I don't know if you guys can hear it, but every time she leans over, she hits the space bar and it makes a ding noise. Okay.
I'm gonna mute you, Nick.
Okay. My father's been talking about this for quite some time. So
I feel like he mentioned it the last cocktail.
I think you did too. Yeah, you're right.
I'm sold. I was sold the
Also,
last time.
we had, I don't know if it was brought up because I got just, my phone has been going crazy for a minute. Natalie mentioned maple whiskey.
Maple whiskey, nice.
That sounds really fun.
It does sound really fun.
Natalie, what else would you do with maple? Would you just have like straight up like the sap from the tree? Would you pair it with something?
I have genuinely no idea. I've just had shots of maple whiskey before and been very happy. So I just vote that you guys should make it.
Nice.
Okay.
So one thing for the people that don't haven't tried our whiskey before, I know most of you have, except for Robert, Kelly, Natalie, and Zach. I want to say that the way we age things is the same way we flavor it. We can't go into too much detail as of right now.
Yeah, patent pending.
Yeah, patent pending. So once that is, we can talk about it. But the way we do it, when you try our chai whiskey and our coffee whiskey, if you're not a whiskey lover, you might not like some people can do shot, like when you get Fireball or like that Jim Beam Maple or something like that, it's very kind of sugary. Like there's definitely like a simple syrup in it.
Pony jammies.
Right. Like that peanut butter. What's that peanut butter one? Screwball. People do shots of that, and that's kind of thing. We don't do that. We kind of flavor the real flavors into the whiskey without using any of the syrup or that sort of thing. So maple. So like first thing you taste when you try our whiskey is whiskey, and then usually the aftertaste is coffee or chai or lemon ginger or whatever flavor we're working on. So a maple would be an aftertaste of maple would be like, whoa, like
that would be nice.
Yeah, you take a sip of whiskey and all of a sudden you just taste maple at the end. Like that sounds amazing.
Yeah, I mean when you think of maple, at least with a whiskey locally, you think of like Old Homes maple.
Yeah,
which is very, I mean it's good, but it's like it's really sugary. You can only have it in small doses, otherwise you feel like you're literally like licking the rim of the glass.
Yeah.
I'd rather have whiskey with the taste of maple instead of maple syrup with the taste of whiskey.
Yeah. Well, that's
a
what
lot
we
of
would
it.
do. Yeah.
A lot of it is very sweet.
Yeah.
Even like the peanut butter whiskey, I can't do it. I don't like.
Yeah, the initial flavor of it, it's like, ooh, it's interesting, but you can't sip on a glass of it.
No.
Yeah. I mean, frankly, we don't give a shit what you do with it. If you want to sip on it or take shots of it, that's fine. But the way we make it is probably going to be consistent with our other flavors. So.
But I will say, there's been events that we've done where we've given out whiskey and stuff. Like we've set up shit. Like I mean, I think Jake. I don't know what anyone else's background is, but like Steve and Jake would definitely know what it's like to play a basement show. And there's definitely been like times where like, hey, we want some whiskey at this basement show. So we'd go to like a basement show or just like punk rock bands playing, and we like giving out whiskey and stuff like that. And people do shots of our whiskey, and they don't seem to have a problem with it. I like to sip on it. I think a lot of people, when people mention like bourbon drinkers or Scotch drinkers, I know Colin is you're a sipping whiskey person. You don't. I can't tell you the last time I saw Colin do a shot of something, right?
Of whiskey? Oh God.
Yeah. So
long time.
I feel like Steve, you're mostly like that too, except for if someone buys us a shot when we're playing a show or something.
Yeah.
So that's one cool thing about our whiskey too, is that you can do it. You can make cocktails with it. You can do a shot with it. You can sip on it. You can, that sort of thing. And I think that's something cool. But anyways, so one last push here about our Patreon. I gotta say that Colin and I are doing a lot of work now. These are the fun things, right? The cocktail making class. But when it comes to the other things that we do, Caleb puts a lot of time into our newsletter. It's very informative. We have different sections. We highlight different people. If you're part of the Patreon, we highlight you in it. We talk about local companies in it. We talk about cool things you do with whiskey or just spirits in general. We talk about other distilleries, that sort of thing. Tells about what we're doing as a business as of right now. Right now, our business, our main focus is funding right now, because the next step is getting to the next level. And if you're a business owner, Steve, Robert, my father used to own a couple different businesses back in the day. It's all about funding right from the beginning. So it's right now, to get to the next level, it's tough to do that. So right now, the only thing we can really do to get some funds in is do this Patreon. So with that, we talk to you about that in the newsletter. We talk to you about that in our podcast. Kyle and I do a podcast every month, and not only do we talk about ourselves and what we're going through, we do talk to other distilleries throughout the country. And this past podcast we did one with a guy from Canada, and it's super interesting. Like just getting everyone's like thoughts and feelings about how.
Yeah, this guy is awesome.
Yeah, it's like Mark Townsend from Silver Fox Distillery in Arthur,
Ontario. It's like 4 hours from Auburn. Well, four and a half from Syracuse.
It was a very interesting talk. We talked to another guy from Brandy Distillery out in Washington State. Next month, we're talking to my friend Kalina Goldsworthy, who does Bitters Company in Tennessee. And it's just, we're really doing a lot of work on this thing. I think it's super interesting. I know if I'm super into whiskey, I know some other people are. It's a good chat. It's very informative. And this last one, the guy kind of goes off the rails a little bit and talks about Doctor Who for a half an hour. It's kind of cool.
Yeah. I don't want to cut you off, but yeah, his whole distillery is Doctor Who themed as well. So if you like Doctor Who, he's got a whole bunch of huge shit in it.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And not only that, but you also get in like $10 tiers, you start getting discounts on merchandise, and you get video of the podcast that we do. $20 tiers get you this cocktail class. $35 tiers get you merchandise that you don't have to pay for. I like these hoodies, exactly. So it's really fun. And the next cocktail class that we're gonna do is Patreon only. So if you're interested, get it now, and you get 2 samples. Not only do you get to try a new flavor we haven't even tried before, the lemon ginger, but you also get our chai whiskey, and we're gonna make a cocktail out of that as well. So
No, it's not. Okay.
And so yeah, if you guys are interested, check it out. It's cheaper than just doing the cocktail classes that are open to the public, and you're just paying that per month anyway. So we do this every month. It's super fun. I've had a great time. Hopefully the people I've done it before have had a good time. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. Colin, you got anything to add?
No, actually. I mean, we've gone 30 minutes over time.
Oh, wow.
And it was wonderful, obviously, talking to you. Natalie, I just saw in the chat, you said that you need to go as well. We also all have lives as well. Just one last note I do want to mention really quick, because today is Pi Day. It's March 14th. 1 year ago tomorrow was when we did our first public tasting event, and then obviously
Yeah.
the day after that, everything was closed. That's when the world shut down. But big shout out to Nick's mom and dad and Blake, Mr. Blake Jake 33, for sticking with us the entire year. I mean, we wouldn't be in this position without you guys. So just wanted to give you guys a big shout out. It's been a long year for us. It's been a long year for everybody.
Was that
But the fact-
Singer?
Yeah, you were there. You were there.
Yes.
Yeah, but that was actually a year ago tomorrow that we
Wow.
did that. Yeah. I mean, that naturally slowed down. That took a whole year out of where we would be with the business, but with the Patreon, with everything you guys have been doing to help us out, it is extremely appreciated. So just want to give you guys a big thank you.
Thanks, bro.
And we can't wait for the next one. Thank you so much, guys. Sorry I have to head out, but have a great night.
You too. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Bye.
Here.
Yeah. We're gonna head out too, guys.
Yeah.
Bye.
See you guys.
Bye.
This will all bounce out, but yeah, thank you guys so much. Yeah, like Colin mentioned, like I know Jake, you, Matt, and your dad were at our tasting event a year ago. My parents were there as well. Steve, you were there. Sarah, you tried going, but you had to work that day. But it was just, yeah, it was a crazy thing. The day after that, Colin and I both lost our jobs. So,
Yeah.
like, I think a lot of people lost their jobs during that too. But we are still funding this whole thing ourselves.
All right, I gotta jet, guys. Thank you very much.
Bye, Jason.
Bye.
Yeah. And yeah, we're still funding it ourselves, but then that took a thing, so it just kind of put us back a little bit. But on that note, thank you guys for joining us. Once again, we'll let you know when the next one is. It'll probably be, it's usually in the middle of the month, so mid-April, some point. I'll get at you guys when it is. So thank you guys. Robert, I'll be in this week to get some Rubens for you.
All right. Hey, this was a lot of fun. I appreciate you opening up to the public, and Kelly and I, we've been chatting about possibly joining this as a monthly thing because we had a lot of fun. And I just want to say the bourbon that you're making, it's nice and easy drinking. It was nice. I had some of it just without the mixed drink. Mixed drink was great, but the bourbon was nice. I liked it. Definitely.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Of course, yeah. St. Patrick's Day is Wednesday. Robert's open on Wednesday. I'm sure you're gonna have some awesome.
I'm hoping to do some Rubens, and I'm hoping to hopefully I'll have a Guinness style stew.
Ooh.
I'm hoping to use a local brewer, so I'm a little behind the 8 ball on that, but I'm reaching out to Garrett over the next couple of days, and hopefully can do like a stew with one of his ales or something like that.
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome.
That sounds really good.
We'll be there. We're definitely gonna come by on Wednesday for sure. But yeah, that's great. Hopefully we'll see Kelly. Hopefully we see you at the next show.
I'll be there.
Hopefully you guys have a next show, in the not so distant future.
Yeah, that's good.
And congrats, Sarah.
For what?
You won the bottle.
Oh my God, yes, I forgot. When do I get that? What are we doing? How am I getting that?
9 p.m. tonight.
Yeah, you have to come pick it up in Auburn now.
No. You're gonna drive it to me. I'm not doing that. What is the bottle again? I forgot. Is it the bourbon I just had or?
Yeah.
Yay! I'm so excited. Okay.
Awesome. Yeah,
Cool.
I'll label it up real nice and that'll be good to go. So whenever, I don't know, 5, 7.
I don't know. Figure it out. I don't know.
2022 is when you get the bottle for sure.
Absolutely not.
All right.
All right. Thanks, guys. It was good.
Of course.
Yeah,
You can
thanks
check
you
my
guys.
mouth. I feel like my mouth is green though, so just just something to keep in mind.
All right. See you guys. Jake, see you, man. I'll see you.
Thank you guys.
Have a good night.
Later.
See you guys.